Hello guys, welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. So on the last episode we found out that Johanka has been thrown in jail. So on this episode we are talking to all the witnesses, getting them on side hopefully, and well, hopefully avoiding Johanka being in jail. Enjoy the video.
That's all.
Oi.
Sir, I am...
Henry of Skalitz, from the garrison of the Royal Hetman, Sir Radzig Kobyla. I've heard a lot about you, my son. I'm pleased to meet you.
You didn't have to lock her up right away. I need to speak to you about Johanka.
I'd rather we met under more pleasant circumstances, Monsignor, but I'm here to speak about Johanka.
Naturally. I'd be quite surprised if you hadn't come.
So how did you find out about Johanka?
How did you find out about Johanka?
Word came to me of what was happening here, that some young girl was claiming to speak for the Blessed Virgin. I traveled here immediately, as my duty demanded, and observed events in Sasau incognito, in order to examine the matter at first hand.
I see.
We need Father Godwin's help. That's what we need. Okay, why imprisoned?
Why did you have her imprisoned?
Because she broke the promise she made to me, and persisted in actions that bear the signs of heresy.
Okay.
And what will happen to Johanka now?
I must weigh the gravity of her transgressions, and investigate these alleged visions of hers. I consider it very improbable that she is indeed being visited by the Blessed Virgin. Nevertheless, I cannot at this time rule it out entirely.
But why put her in prison for that then? Or that would mean she's innocent.
So you think it could be true? In that case, Johanka hasn't done anything wrong.
It's not that straightforward. Even if her visions were real, she was at fault for interpreting them as she saw fit and preaching to the people.
So you decide just like that?
So you decide just like that?
Oh.
But you don't even know Johanka.
I certainly do not decide just like that. I'm thoroughly examining the entire matter, and you would be well advised not to question my authority.
Yeah,
I will
all right.
call Johanka and the witnesses, question them, and then pronounce a verdict.
So are you planning to burn her at the stake? Will anyone defend her?
And will there be anyone there to defend Johanka?
Do you doubt my judgment?
I would never be so bold, sir. But surely it would be only just that someone should speak for Johanka about all her good deeds and so forth.
Naturally, I will also question those who would speak in her defense. Since you are interceding, I expect you have someone in mind?
Yes. Actually, me.
As I surmised. But this matter does not directly concern you. Why should I allow you to appear before the court?
Okay, we can win on, again, everything. So it's my Christian duty. I present Sir Radzig. Well, I'm not going to do that one. Let's do it's my Christian duty.
Johanka is my neighbour, and I have a Christian duty to come to her aid. I can't just stand by and do nothing.
I have to concur with you on that. Your concern seems sincere, so I will grant your request. Very well. You will defend Johanka. You may speak in her defense if you so wish, and you may also bring witnesses. I will question any such witnesses, and naturally I shall question Johanka too.
Thank you, Monsignor. In that case, I'll need to speak to Johanka first.
That won't be possible. It's forbidden by the Inquisition procedure. Until the entire matter is resolved, Johanka can speak only to me and no one else.
Okay. I don't know, Saint. Okay, fine.
I would like to expedite the matter. The trial will take place in Sasau Church in 3 days' time at the latest. Come and let me know when you're ready to proceed. In the meantime, I will continue my investigation.
Very well, Monsignor. I had better get on with it then, sir. Farewell.
Before you go, you know Johanka longer than anyone else. You spent a lot of time with her, as I've discovered. Tell me, my son, truthfully, what do you think of this whole affair?
She's honest. She's concerned about Matthias, which she obviously is. She helps people here.
Johanka helped a lot of people. She worked her fingers to the bone helping Brother Nicodemus with the sick and injured.
That is certainly commendable. What else can you tell me about her?
She's honest.
Johanka is an honest girl and virtuous. She's a good Christian who attends church and thinks of others.
Good. Please continue.
The Virgin Mary?
About the Virgin Mary?
I believe it.
I believe the Virgin does visit her. Johanka is honest. She wouldn't lie about such a thing. And the things she says sound truthful and compelling. It really does seem like a heavenly revelation. Who else could it be from? But the Virgin Mary.
The origin of these so-called visions of hers must be investigated. But thank you for your candor. Is there anything else you can tell me?
I don't want to say she's concerned about Matthias because he might think she's doing all this just for him. She's just a simple girl. Well, she is just a simple girl. No, she doesn't treat everyone the same. That's all.
That's about all I can tell you.
You speak of her as if she should be beatified. I find it hard to believe she's as saintly as all that. I have a feeling you're hiding something from me.
Okay, she's a simple girl. I'm going to have to say this, aren't I? She's concerned about Matthias.
Well, before, in Skalitz, Johanka was sort of, well, just a simple village girl. I never imagined I'd hear her talking the way she does now. She's completely transformed.
A simple village girl. I see. Do continue.
She doesn't treat everyone the same. She's concerned about Matthias.
She's worried about Matthias. He's from Skalitz too, and she's very fond of him. But he was wounded in a raid on Merhojed recently, and since then he's been lying in a fever. Johanka believes that if she does what the Blessed Virgin wants of her, Matthias might be healed.
Interesting. Anything else?
Okay, that's all?
That's about all I can tell you.
Is that really everything?
That's all.
I have nothing more to add, Monsignor.
Very well. Thank you, my son. One more thing before you go. Let me remind you that it's your Christian duty to report anything suspicious going on concerning the Church and the true faith, if you're aware of anything of the sort in these parts. If you prove yourself a commendable servant of the Church, I would also take that into account in judging Johanka's case.
All right, Monsignor. I'll bear that in mind.
May the Lord watch over you.
Right, okay. We better go and talk to the witnesses then, really, shouldn't we? Oh, God, look at all these. There's like so many of them to talk to. We need to see these people here. So, Brother Nicodemus, let's still see him. He's only just down here. Oh, I thought this was going to be a quite quick thing, but it's not that quick, this woman's lot DLC, is it?
Brother Nicodemus.
You've heard something?
We need you as a
The
witness.
Inquisitor has decided that Johanka will be tried, but he's agreed that I can defend her.
That's really quite unusual. It must mean he hasn't come to a clear conclusion yet.
Yes. I'll get her out of it.
I'm afraid it may not be that easy. The thing is, I expect Johanka will say the same things before the court that she's been preaching.
What are you saying?
Well, I've been thinking about what she's been saying, and it seems to me her preaching has a certain progression. Are you acquainted with the notion of the three orders of man?
Not really.
Not really, no.
It's like this. It's said that everyone has their God-given place and purpose on earth. Laboratores, oratores, and bellatores.
Okay.
Those who work, those who pray, and those who fight. The common folk are born to work, to reap the fruits of the earth and to obey the laws of God and man. It is the purpose of the nobles to protect the people and the church against all dangers and to maintain peace and justice on earth. And the church in turn has the task of caring for the spiritual welfare of all, ensuring the salvation of their souls and bringing solace to the people in times of hardship, so that they can endure their earthly trials and enter the kingdom of heaven.
But what's all that got to do with Johanka?
Well, I noticed in her first sermon she primarily addressed the concerns of the common folk, and in the second she criticised the nobility.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Ah. So you think she might start talking about the church?
Yes, I'm afraid she might. I dread to think how that might end up. Henry, you must warn her against that. She must show humility before the Inquisitor, and the wisest course would be to admit to being wrong. She's rather stubborn, but perhaps she'll listen to you.
But the Inquisitor said no one's allowed to see her.
No one except the Inquisitor's own men. You'll just have to think something up. I'm afraid Johanka's fate is mainly in your hands now. I'm relying on you.
Okay, so we have to try to persuade Johanka to speak with humility. So we have to leave a message or something? Try to get a message through? I don't know.
Blood-chilling terror. And now bugger off.
God be with you.
Now bugger off. God be with you. Right, okay, so where should we need to find where Johanka is being sort of kept? And try to get a message to her. She's right over here. So she's in here. This is where she's kept. So or it says here, try to persuade Johanka to speak with humility. Let's pop over there and see if we can do this bit. Oh, here we go. So, yeah, okay, this is where they've been kept. I just talk to a Johanka? Do you mind if I talk to a Johanka guard?
Hey, clear off. No one's allowed to talk to Johanka.
Can I pay you off?
Bishop Yaroslav's orders.
Okay, I'm from the bishop. Honestly.
I was just testing you. And you passed. I'm with the bishop's entourage, and I'm here at his command. Let me in to talk to Johanka.
How come I didn't see you with him when he arrived then? Bugger off and try your tricks somewhere else.
Right, okay. We gotta try something else then. Maybe pay him off?
I want to talk about Johanka.
Alright.
I'll pay.
I'm sure the bishop wouldn't mind if you had to go and answer a call of nature. And if it were a nice long call, there'd be a few groschen in it for you.
Don't even try it. I'm warning you.
Oh, come on. Let's come to some sort of agreement.
Come on now. Just between the two of us. Johanka is my friend. She has no one else but me. The Inquisitor will surely take her away, and I'll never see her again. I just want to say goodbye to her before she disappears forever. What would you do in my place?
Well, since you put it that way, but I'd be taking a big risk, disobeying the bishop's orders. You'd have my head for it.
I don't expect you to do it for nothing.
Of course. I wouldn't expect you to put yourself at risk without a reward.
How much are we looking at here? 300. Oh, sorry, 300, that'd do.
Alright, go on then, but make it quick, eh?
For sure. Thanks a lot. I owe you.
Goodbye.
I wonder if we should have accumulated all the questions to talk to her about, all the whatever. But anyway, we basically probably have to come back.
Johanka, are you alright?
Yes, Henry. I'm fine. I'm glad to see you.
I spoke to the Inquisitor. He wants to put you on trial.
I know. It's all in God's hands.
No, it's in my
now.
hands.
No, it's not. I mean, it is, of course. But the bishop has allowed me to defend you.
You want to defend me? Thank you, Henry, that's very kind of you. But you needn't bother. Our Lady won't let anything bad happen to me. I am her instrument, and I am completely in her hands. Everything that's happening is her sacred will.
But I won't stand by with my arms folded. You need someone to testify for you. As I said, I will defend you.
If you insist. Maybe it's the will of the Virgin that you came to
Come
me.
on, she's almost getting a bit delusioned now by all
So
this.
be it then.
So we have to flee. I did the pilgrimage. Okay, let's say what we did.
I went to Ujits, like you asked.
That's good, Henry. I hope you purged yourself of your sins.
I did the pilgrimage of penance, like you said. And in the church, I begged the Virgin Mary for forgiveness.
And she will bless you, Henry. You're a good man.
Yeah.
Remember that. And don't stray into wrongdoing again.
I
No,
won't.
I won't.
I made a donation to the church, too. And the parish priest there, Father Godwin, he was asking about you.
Was he? Well, what did you tell him?
Oh, just about everything that's going on and the things you were saying. He was quite moved by it, to tell the truth. He even gave me some writings.
You see? Maybe Our Lady is giving you a sign too.
Okay, so what did the bishop talk to you about?
What did Bishop Yaroslav ask you about?
All sorts of things. Like how the Virgin Mary visits me, what she shows me, and about preaching to the people. Actually, he was really quite pleasant. He asked me about scalets, whether I go to church, and a lot of other things. And in the end, he told me I mustn't speak in public again about the visitations and that. But I couldn't obey an order like that. The Blessed Virgin is testing me, and I have to do what she asks, no matter who or what stands in the way.
I'd say he wasn't too happy about that.
No. He came there with his men, dispersed the people, and had me arrested and locked up here.
Wow. Okay, about the trial then.
About that trial?
Yes, the trial.
I have some info. You must provoke the bishop.
I'll get some people who will testify for you in court. But Brother Nicodemus is worried you'll say things that will make the Inquisitor angry. Please don't do that. You have to talk to him respectfully, answer his questions with humility, and not say anything to annoy him. And don't say anything against the church or priests. Please.
I'll say only what the Blessed Virgin wants me to say.
Oh, come on, Johanka. Please listen to me.
Johanka, please. You mustn't say anything against him or the church. Be contrite. Maybe even admit you might have been wrong about some things. I don't think the Inquisitor is so bad. If you submit to him, he'll drop the charges.
You too now. You're speaking exactly the same as his assistant. The two of you joined forces against me, did you?
No.
I've nothing to do with him. I didn't even know he was here. Believe me, I'm really trying to help you.
You don't believe me anymore.
Yes,
Do you?
we do, don't we? I believe you.
I do, Johanka, I believe you. But in court, you must speak reasonably, prudently. A lot depends on it. Maybe even your life.
I appreciate your concern for me, Henry, really. I do. But you must understand. I can't deny that the Virgin Mary visits me or what she wants to tell us. Not now. After everything that's happened, I can't. Otherwise, she won't heal Matthias.
What does
But
she
you have to
think?
consider yourself and what's good for you. Surely you don't want to be convicted of heresy? That won't do anyone any good, neither you nor Matthias.
I've already told you. Everything is in the hands of the Blessed Virgin. I will accept with humility the fate she grants me.
Oh, Sakra. This is going to be a right mess.
Well, maybe we need to heal Matthias ourselves. Tell Brother Nicodemus how it went. All right, let's go and see Brother Nicodemus. And, God, this is a bloody long one, this is. Okay, I spoke to Johanka.
I spoke to Johanka.
And did you manage to convince her?
Not really.
Afraid not. She's stubborn. She says she answers only to the Blessed Virgin.
Oh dear, Henry. That's not good at all. What about her family? Doesn't she have a relative she might listen to?
No. None of them survived.
Let's just
the
heal
raid on
Matthias.
Skalitz.
Matthias.
She has no one at all left in the world? Poor child.
Okay, objective. What's his testimony in court?
Witnesses can be summoned for Johanka's trial. So I wanted to ask you if you give a testimony. Maybe some learned speech in her defence?
I'd be glad to do it. Johanka deserves my help. Such testimonies could carry a lot of weight. You should try and get as many as you can.
Okay, we'll do that.
Good luck, then.
Right, so we might as well see the other people we've helped. We'll One being the old bathhouse maid. But here she is. Adela. Have a word with you, my love.
Adela, the Inquisitor is going to try Johanka in court.
Oh, Lord. I hope she's acquitted. I was absolutely devastated when they took her away.
I need people to speak in her defense, and I'd like to ask you to do it.
I don't want to go there. Really. I'm afraid of that Inquisitor. But you helped me.
Yes.
And so did Johanka. It's only right that I should try and help her.
Yes,
But
it is.
what am I supposed to say there? I'm just a simple village girl. I don't know anything about these things.
That doesn't matter. You just be yourself. It should be enough to talk about all the good Johanka does here, and how she helps others. I'll send for you if you're needed.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
That's easy. Okay, that's her done. Who else was it? It was the wife of the gambler, Ambrose's. Well, I forgot her name. Her name was Guta, and she's here in the shop. Hello, Guta. A favour to ask.
God's blessings.
I need your help with something. I'm sure you've heard. Johanka was locked up by the Inquisitor.
Who hasn't? The whole of Sasau is talking about it. And the Inquisitor was asking around about her.
I'd like to ask you to appear before the court and say something in Johanka's defense.
I can't say I'm keen on going there. But Johanka helped me. And you did too. I think it's only right that someone should say something good about her.
Well, it is.
Thanks, Guta. I appreciate it. I'll send for you when it's time.
Take care.
Okay, that's her done. Who else did we help? Pavel we helped, didn't we? Get the treasure. So let's go see him. He'll be at the inn. Hello, sir. As a favour.
Enjoy it.
Goodman Pavel, you're still here. That's a relief. I was afraid I'd miss you.
Yes, still here, but not for long. I had some business to deal with, but now that's out of the way and I'm getting ready to leave. What was it you wanted?
Oh, don't leave yet.
You might have heard that Johanka was arrested by the Inquisitor and is facing trial.
Indeed, word has reached me. Poor girl.
I'd like to ask you to speak to the court in Johanka's defense.
Of course, Henry. You have my word.
Good.
And the word of a burgher of Colleen ought to mean something. But to speak in defense of someone accused of heresy is no small matter. What do you want me to say?
The same thing you told me. That it was a sacred sign that you happened to be nearby when Johanka was speaking, and so on.
True. I'll tell the bishop that. You can rest assured.
Thank you very much. Please wait here a few more days for the court to convene, then I'll send for you.
All right. For Johanka's sake, I'll wait. See you later.
Okay, fantastic. We're getting there. We're getting through this massive list of people to talk to. So let's see Father Fabian next in Sasau.
Father, the Inquisitor has had Johanka thrown in jail.
I know, son.
He's planning a hearing.
Rightly so. It's about time this whole matter was dealt with.
What do you make of it all?
What do you think about it then?
As I say, it's a good thing that the matter is being investigated. The things Johanka has been preaching are, to say the least, disturbing. Who knows
well, we got to try to convince him then, don't we?
Speaks of. And her words are only putting ideas in people's heads and leading them astray. Now, instead of going to church, as they should, they go to her in the false belief that they will find solace. It's creating a chasm between the people and the church and leading them away from the true teaching left to us by Christ. They're misguided and swamped in heretical ideas.
Johanka is no heretic.
But Johanka is no heretic. She's a good, kind girl who's only trying to do the right thing. I'll defend her.
Suit yourself. But mind you don't get ensnared in her fallacies, and leave it to the bishop to judge the matter.
Of course.
See you later.
Okay, so I guess he's not really helping then. Okay, so Bailiff Heshek is the next person to speak to.
Master Bailiff, Inquisitor Yaroslav is going to try Johanka.
I know. He was here asking questions too.
Oh? What did he want to know?
Various things, like how things are here, whether people are honest, whether we observe the fest days and so forth. And then he asked about Johanka. about what she preaches, whether people come to listen to her and that. He's been talking to a lot of other people in Sasau too. I even heard that Katra, the swordsmith's wife, invited him to dine with them.
That's interesting. Thanks for telling me.
So talk to Katra, the swordsmith's wife, about Johanka. Will you go easy and testify?
Was he just asking questions, or does he want you to testify before the court?
Will you go and testify?
Yes, he did ask me to testify, and I'm none too happy about it.
I see. And what are you going to say about her?
It depends what I'm asked, but there's not much I can say. I don't know Johanka very well. She seems virtuous and self-sacrificing to me. She's never done anything wrong, and no one here ever had a cross word to say about her, until recently. Maybe some gossip about her and Sir Sebastian, but I've heard similar talk about half the women folk here.
Sebastian, okay. She's helped a lot of people here.
Johanka has helped a lot of people here, selflessly. Her heart is in the right place.
True. But then there's that preaching of hers. Folk have been falling out. They're split according to whether they believe Johanka or not. I don't know quite what to think of it myself. But I don't want to jump to conclusions. I'll wait and see what the learned bishop has to say.
Okay, will you speak on her behalf? Got to do it.
Couldn't you add something good to your testimony for Johanka? I would show my gratitude substantially.
What?
Okay,
Are
sorry.
Are you trying to bribe me to commit perjury?
No.
The Inquisitor will hear how you're going about defending Johanka.
Okay, we got to get out of this now. You misunderstood me.
Good Lord, no. I wouldn't dream of it.
Please be success.
Badly, that's all. What I was trying to say, rather clumsily, is that I'd be very glad if you were to speak on Johanka's behalf, because she really deserves it.
Well, I'll overlook your clumsiness then.
Thank you.
Thank God for that. Okay, so the next bit I've got to do is talk to the swordsmith's wife, Katra, because the Inquisitor spoke to her. So let's do that next. Right, you Katra.
I'm here about Johanka.
You're that fella of hers, are you? What do you want?
No. I'm just a friend of hers. Matthias is her fella.
Huh. God knows how many she has.
I heard you invited Bishop Yaroslav to come and dine with you?
Yes, so what? Bishop Yaroslav is an esteemed visitor to Sasau, and it's only fitting he should be suitably hosted by devout burghers.
She's a bit of a twat, a bit of a bitch, isn't she, eh? What do you have against Johanka?
What have you got against Johanka?
Nothing.
Jealous.
The question is, what has she got against us? Tell me that.
What?
She turns up here and tries to tell us how to live our lives.
Oh.
Says the Virgin Mary whispers to her in the night. Yeah, I'm sure. To a simple village wench. I'd like to know who's really putting those ideas in her head. She's just getting people all worked up. Men, especially. Coming around here with her nonsense. Sasau is a decent, orderly place, I'll have you know. We don't want any trouble here. All this talk about hellfire and the end of the world. God have mercy. No one is interested in what she has to say. All they want is some spectacle. She ought to have thought twice before she started. Not that she wasn't warned.
Okay, so Katra's not... okay, warned how?
What do you mean, warned?
As I said, she was told.
Okay, what are you implying? And explain yourself, forget that. Okay, I'm going to have to be a bit threatening here. What are you implying?
Damn it, woman, tell me what you meant by that.
I didn't mean anything by it.
Out with it!
Come on,
If
Henry,
you must
give it to
know,
her.
some of the fellas want to have it out with her and tell her to stop. No one wants her speeches here. But would she listen? No. The devil possessed her to bring harm to us.
So it was you who sent those men?
All I wanted was to protect the Sasau folk against her poisonous tongue. And I'll do just that. The Monsignor asked me to testify in court. And I'll tell everything I know there.
And I'll do likewise. Farewell.
Go.
Yeah, didn't like her. Katra, you are a horrible woman. Yes, that's what I got to say to you. Okay, last but, I don't know, maybe least, I don't know. Let's talk to Sir Sebastian.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
The dead soldier's document? What?
I need something from you, sir. I suppose you heard that Johanka was locked up by the Inquisitor and is facing charges of heresy.
I did, and it's most disturbing news.
What you might not know is that he's agreed that I can defend her at the trial.
You? Do you even know what to say?
Yes, of course I know.
Sure I know. It'll turn out just fine, trust me. But I need you to testify at the court. In Johanka's defense, of course.
Naturally. You don't think I could just sit here and do nothing? Besides,
good man.
The bishop has already insisted that I appear before the court.
Oh. All right.
One moment. I apologize if I was a little hasty. This whole affair has left me anxious. I appreciate that you want to defend her. However, I don't think it would have any effect. No offense, but I don't think you'll be able to achieve anything in court. I'm afraid the Inquisitor will judge as he sees fit, whatever anyone says. But I have an idea how you could help.
Oh, yes.
Oh? How's that?
Flee. With Johanka, of course.
Oh, I don't know, actually, because we'll be like on the run forever then. That's not a good idea.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm sure Johanka will be acquitted by the court and everything will be alright. Running would just confirm the Inquisitor's suspicions, and she'd always be looking over her shoulder.
I don't agree. As I said, I don't believe you can affect the outcome of the court. If Johanka flees, yes, she'll have to lie low for a while, but in time it will all blow over. You can take her anywhere, as long as it's far enough from here. A girl like that will always find her feet. She can easily hide out somewhere where she's not known. Maybe there could even be a place for her on my estate. Think about it. But whatever you decide, if Johanka comes to any harm, you'll have me to answer to. I'm very fond of her, and her of me, and I don't want anything to happen to her, understand? But if everything ends well, I'll show you my gratitude, I assure you.
Basically, he just wants to shag her. So, no, we're not going to flee.
I found this document in the woods by Sasau. Careful, it's a bit bloody.
Don't tell me those fools got themselves. To hell with it. And did you come across any cumans?
Yes.
Oh.
They're finished.
There now. It's not such a fuck-up after all. Here's some money for you. It was supposed to be for those idiots, but it seems they asked for 100 groschen more than they deserved.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we need to, I guess, start the trial then. We've also got something else here. What's this? Optional, try to persuade Johanka to speak with humility. I thought we tried that. Johanka is very obstinate and won't change her mind. I told Brother Nicodemus, and he's worried that Johanka will come to a bad end if I can't convince her. He asked about her parents, but unfortunately they're gone. She still has some loved ones from Skalax here, though. Matthias. But I thought he wasn't speaking. Let's go and speak to Matthias then. We can talk to him now. Matthias?
Matthias? You're better.
Henry? Is it you?
Yes, it's me. Who else would it be?
I'm glad you're here, Henry. I feel a bit better now. I'd even like to eat something. I must tell Johanka. She'll be glad.
Yeah, she's in prison, she's in jail, and you need to convince her. In fact, this could work out well because Johanka was doing all this stuff from Virgin Mary to get him better. Now, if Matthias is better, she doesn't need to preach her, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Johanka's not here just now. That's not possible.
Unfortunately, that won't be possible.
Oh? Why's that?
How to begin? Look, things got a bit complicated here. The main thing is, Johanka is in jail, awaiting trial.
What? What happened?
She claims the Virgin Mary visits her. Ah. She claims or she does? I'm gonna say she. I'm gonna say claims. Does it matter?
The Virgin Mary is speaking to Johanka, and Johanka is spreading her word to the people. But there is this inquisitor who heard about it and had her arrested. He's putting her on trial for heresy.
Oh my God. How could such a thing happen? But if Our Lady is speaking to her, surely nothing can happen to her.
Well, I hope not. Trouble is, Johanka is very obstinate, and she's likely to say things in court that will just make it worse for her. Listen, Matthias, I need you to go with me and talk to her. Maybe together we can convince her to see sense.
I wish I could, but I'm still too weak to even get out of bed. I'm sorry, Henry. I just can't do it. You know what? Tell her I'm feeling better, and I agree with everything you tell her. Give her this dice. She'll understand. It'll almost be like I was there with you.
Matthias's lucky dice. So is that the dice that Johanka stole from him in the first place? You know, when we played Teresa?
Dice?
Oh. It's a long story.
Must be.
Johanka knows all about it. Or you can ask Teresa too.
We know about it.
All right. If you say so.
Henry, please, look out for her. And make sure nothing happens to her.
I'll do my best.
See you later.
See you later, Matthias. You seem quite upbeat then. See you later. Right, let's go and see Johanka then for the second time and tell her the good news. I'm back again. Can I just talk to him? You're okay, or do you want more money? About the trial?
About that trial?
Yes, the trial.
I spoke to Matthias, and it's got a star thing next to it.
I spoke to Matthias.
What? But he's lying in a fever, isn't he?
No, he's much better. He asked about you. He wanted to come here, but he's not strong enough yet.
Oh, that's wonderful. You see, Our Lady helped him. And now, I have to do my part.
But doesn't it mean that you've already done your part?
Well,
What would be the point of it all if the Inquisitor were to have you imprisoned now? Or even worse?
It's a message. A final test. I mustn't fail now, after everything.
But you already passed the Virgin Mary's message on. Many people heard it, and many of them have amended their ways. You certainly haven't failed. Look, Matthias gave me this for you, and he asked me to tell you to look out for yourself.
Thank you, Henry. Go now. I need to rest.
Can we talk to her again, or is that it? What's our journal say? Okay, go to the Inquisitor now then. I guess that's all we can do, really. What do you reckon, God? Hello. Wow. So, shall I answer some of these to increase the chances of her not going to prison? There have been some suspicious activities.
Monsignor, I've heard of various irregularities in the province that might be of interest to you.
Very good, my son. A good Christian certainly shouldn't conceal such things. Please, speak.
Okay, maybe he will then. Maybe he will side with us more. I don't want to talk about Father Godwin, sorry, because he's a good old bloke. What was the Waldatians about? Waldentians? I can't remember that. I remember I did the episode. I can't remember what it was about. I might have to quickly look at my episode just to see what that was about. Okay, the magic ointment, that was the one where they're doing like weird dances around the animals, wasn't it? And we ended up having some weird hallucination of us having some sex with a horse.
Some women in Uzit went to the herbalist for magic ointment. Then they went to the woods, smeared this ointment on themselves, and engaged in all sorts of incantations and spells.
What?
That was a weird...
Witchcraft?
A weird quest, by the way.
God have mercy. They must be brought to justice. Who is this herbalist they visited?
Oh, can I dob her in? I don't feel like I should be doing that. So I say the Uhtred parish priest took care of it. He's talking about Godwin.
Not to worry, Monsignor. Father Godwin put a stop to it.
Well, that's good news at least. Witchcraft will not be tolerated under any circumstances.
No. Again, who was Simon the Hermit? God, my memory. The Devil's Skull at the church construction site.
A demon's skull was found on the church building site.
Yes. I heard something about it. A disturbing report. Tell me what you know about it.
It was a deception, sir. Someone made it with evil intentions, to frighten people. I found the skull and brought it to the local knacker. He confirmed it was a human skull with animal horns stuck on.
You did the right thing, Henry, in uncovering the deception and in telling me about it.
Okay, I can talk about the irregularities inside the monastery walls, shall I?
There are interesting things going on inside the monastery.
In the monastery? What kind of things?
I could talk about the cicadas, because they kept, they were really annoying. They kept putting me in the cell.
The cicadas get drunk on wine and play dice in the monastery cellars at night.
But how do you know about it?
Ah.
How does a servant of the royal hetman come by knowledge of the confidential affairs of the Brotherhood of Monks?
Yeah, that's a good point. I heard about it from someone. Yeah.
I caught wind of it. I heard it from a novice that the brothers were sending out at night to buy wine for them.
I see. And what was the name of this novice?
Who was it? Was it Siskin? Was it Siskin?
Siskin.
I can't remember.
There is a novice of that name at the monastery. I shall have to speak to the prior about these matters. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. If you've nothing else to tell me, you may leave.
Okay, I'm not sure about... I need to look at my own videos quickly just to see what this Waldation was. I have no idea what it was about. I've completely forgotten. Give me a sec. Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, the Waldations were about heretics in the area. We had to go and hunt them down or something. So we kind of fixed that. So let's mention this.
There were Valdensians hiding in Ujits.
Really? And how did you find out about it?
Sir Hanush sent me to help the vicar track them down and catch them.
So, Sir Hanush had an interest in finding them?
Not quite. Oh no, because it was some other bishop coming to town.
Yes. That is, he was keen to get the matter cleared up quickly and get the vicar out of his domain.
Oh, I see. He's not the only secular lord to lack trust in the emissaries of the church. And how did it end up with the members of the sect?
I tracked them down and reported them to the vicar, and then he had them taken to Kuttenberg for trial.
Good. Good. There have been all sorts of sects and false doctrines spreading in recent times. It's the work of Satan.
Yes.
I'm glad you told me about it, Henry.
It's got to be Satan. I can't remember Simon the Hermit. I'm not going to talk about Father Godwin and his drinking habits because he's a good bloke, he is. I'm going to leave it there. I'm sure that would be enough to get us
That's all,
in his good books.
All right, Henry. Thank you. But I hope you're not keeping anything from me.
Okay, I think that's all. Okay, start the trial, I guess. Okay, let's do this.
I'm ready, Monsignor.
Excellent. I have also completed my investigation. We may commence then with the proceedings?
Yeah, I'm ready, I guess. Are we ready? Have we done everything we can? Let's do it.
Yes.
Good. I will send for everyone who is to bear witness and have Johanka brought before the court. We'll commence first thing tomorrow morning.
Yes, sir.
One more thing. These are solemn proceedings that demand a certain decorum. I won't tolerate any clanking armor or otherwise inappropriate attire. You will wear this robe.
Okay.
Of course. Thank you, Monsignor.
Very well. Rest now, and we'll meet in the morning.